I am Vijay Kivlani, Assistant Professor of Pharmacology, LJ Institute of Pharmacy. Welcome to MOOC series, an initiative taken by LJ Institute of Pharmacy. In today's session, we are going to talk about medication adherence. So, adherence is to stick to the medication which are provided to you, to stick to the regimen which is given to you. Suppose if you go to doctor and doctor prescribe you medication for 7 days twice a day, right? So you have to stick that, and that is known as adherence. If you don't stick that, you will fail or you will face consequences of it, right? So these consequences are not seen immediately, but these are long term consequences. For example, if you are taking antibiotic or if you are prescribed any antibiotic and you are not completing the courses, so there are chances of resistance. So next time if the same infection occurs, you have to take new antibiotic, right? So let's talk about adherence in detail. So adherence, it is defined by World Health Organization as the extent to which a person's behavior taking medication is. Person's behavior to take a medication corresponds with agreed recommendation from healthcare provider. The term compliance has come into disfavor because it suggests that a person is passively following doctor's order rather than actively collaborating in the treatment process. Adherence, on the other hand, requires the person's agreement to recommendation for therapy. So rather than compliance, adherence is required. Persistence is defined as the ability of person to continue taking medication for the intended course of therapy. In the case of chronic diseases like tuberculosis, cancer, AIDS, the appropriate course of therapy may be months, years, or even the lifetime. Like in diabetes, also in hypertension, also. A person is classified as non persistent if he or she never fills a prescription or stop taking a prescription permanently. Discussing the intended course of therapy when medication are first started has been shown to be an important factor in keeping people persistent with the medication regimen. Adherence is multidimensional phenomena determined by the interplay of five states of factors termed as dimensions by World Health Organization. And these are social or economic factors, provider patient healthcare system factors, condition related factors, therapy related factors, and patient related factors. So let's talk about each factor and how that affect to adherence. Social and economic dimension. So limited English language proficiency, low health literacy, lack of family or social support network, unstable living condition, burdensome schedule, and limited access to healthcare facilities. So these are social and economic factors which affect adherence to medication. Lack of healthcare insurance, inability of difficulty assessing pharmacy, medication cost, cultural and lay beliefs about illness and treatment, and elder abuse. These are also part of your social dimension. Healthcare system dimension. So provider patient relationship, provider communication skill, disparity between the health beliefs of the healthcare provider and those of the patients. So if both both are not having same belief, if the patient is not having belief in healthcare provider, then there will not be an adherence. Lack of positive reinforcement from the healthcare provider, weak capacity of the system to educate patients and provide follow-up, lack of knowledge on adherence and of effective intervention for improving it. Third is condition related dimension. So chronic conditions, lack of symptoms, severity of symptoms, depression, psychotic disorders, mental retardation. Then there is therapy related dimensions. So complexity of medication regimen, treatment requires mastery of certain techniques, duration of therapy, frequent changes in medication regimen, lack of immediate benefit of therapy, medication with a social stigma attached to it. Patient related dimensions. So physical factors, patient could be visually impaired, hearing impaired, cognitive impaired, impaired mobility or dexterity, swallowing problem. Psychological and behavioral factors are knowledge about disease, perceived risk or susceptibility to disease, understanding a reason medication is needed, expectations or attitude towards treatment, perceived benefits of treatment, confidence in ability to follow the treatment regimen. Motivation, fear of possible adverse effects, fear of dependence, feeling stigmatized by the disease, frustration with healthcare provider, psychological stress, anxiety, anger, and alcohol or other substance abuse, which may lead to uh, this non-adherence behavior. Measuring adherence. So how to measure adherence? So it can be done in several ways. Very first is medication event monitoring system. So this is an automatic system where each taken dose is noted by a sensor present in the bottle of that medicine or that drug. Now it is quite costly system and hence it is not practical. It is there are chances of error, not faith, false, because patient may remove more than one dose. Second, it is very expensive and different devices are needed for each medication. Therefore, it is an impractical way to determine adherence in clinical practice. Second is patient self-reports. It is easiest method when adherence is being assessed. Open-ended questions can be asked. Instead of asking, are you taking your medications? The healthcare provider should phrase the question along the line of how many times in the past week you have skipped your medication. So this kind of open-ended questions may help in adherence. Third is pill counts. Fourth is pharmacy database or refill rates. And fifth is blood level. Now in blood levels, ultimately the concentration of a drug in blood is checked. Now that is for research purpose only. That cannot be incorporated in day-to-day life. Next is Morisky's medication adherence scale. Now, Moresky has designed a set of questionnaires for his project of blood pressure adherence treatment, right? So, in that questionnaires, there were several open-ended questions which will give an idea about the adherence of medication, right? So it was designed to distinguish poorly adherent patient from those with medium to high adherence to their anti-hypertensive regimen. Moresky's medication adherence system consists of questions and addressing multiple reasons for non-adherence. Because of regimen's complexity can lead to non-compliance. That is an example. The scale contains a question assessing whether the patient feels hassled about his or her regimen. Since, since patients tend to give their HCPs positive answers to please them, the questions in the Moresky study were phrased to avoid this bias. Each question measures a specific medication taking behavior rather than adherence or compliance behavior. Methods can improve medication adherence by pharmacists. So, very first is use kitchen table consults, improve pharmacy workflow, simplify patients' medication, identify reasons for medication non adherence, ask patients specific questions about their medications, role of pharmacist in adherence of medication for the patient. So, while medication dispensing is the best known function of the pharmacist, pharmacist through counseling, medication therapy management, disease state management, and other means can play a pivotal role in patient care. There are opportunities in every type of pharmacy practice to improve patients' adherence and therapeutic outcomes, and pharmacists must embrace and act on them. Very first is patient education, second, dosing simplification and minimization of adverse effects, third is preparing a dosing card. So, by that, also, a pharmacist can help patient to adhere the medication regimen. So, this is how dosing card looks like. Reminder calls, texts, or emails are helpful for many patients, especially those with busy lifestyle. Automatic refills are a useful strategy for them. Whatever the barriers to adherence may be, the only way to assess them is to talk to the patient. The pharmacist needs to be diligent about including the patient in the treatment experience. The more trust the patient has in the pharmacist, the more he or she will open up and disclose any apprehensions or difficulties about taking his or her medication. Only then can the pharmacist help an integral role in improving patients' adherence. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe our channel Pharma Ignite for more updates. Thank you.